Hi guys and ladies, welcome to another video. Today I've got a sensational, fantastic video for you guys, and if you watched my previous couple videos, you know that I've been repeating the phrase, I am not worthy. Today it is definitely I am not worthy, because we're doing a first impression on a house that honestly, I never thought I'd get to smell, because the prices on this house is just in the stratosphere. They actually have a claim to fame as having the most expensive perfume in the world. They have a $1.2 million perfume. I forget what it's called, but you could probably look it up. The house is Spirit of Dubai, and look at the detail on just the thank you card. And this came from one of my perfume fairy godmothers / fairy godfathers. And here's the sample set. This is the sample set of the first collection. And if you watched my unboxing video yesterday, you know that I got a whole bunch of stuff from multiple perfume fairy godmothers and fathers. Thank you very much to everyone who sent me something. I do feel a little bit like a kid at Christmas, but I also feel like I'm not worthy. This is one part of the video, and I am going to do an early impression on one of their perfumes. I just want to show you how they come. Look at that. Look, it's got the Spirit of Dubai symbol all over it. And I didn't get a chance to show these up close yesterday, but it almost looks like, you know, Louis Vuitton material. And then you open it up like this, and out comes the sample. And today we are doing a first impression on Spirit of Dubai Oud. But before we get into the first impression, sorry to those of you who are only here for the first impression, we're going to do a double unboxing. One of which I bought myself, and it almost seems like an afterthought now. One of which is sent to me by Russian Adam. So he sent me an original sample set to begin trying some of his products, which I'd never had a chance to do before. And it was an absolute joy. Go watch some of my first impression videos on those. I made an entire playlist just for the house of Areej Dore. And we have another set, and he wrote me a comment afterwards. I basically expressed regret that the Areej Dore samples are gone, because I enjoyed them so much, but I, thanked him for sending them, and he said, not to worry, it's not the end, it's only the beginning, and hopefully there's a lot more to smell. I'm building you a list of 50 samples of all kind of different things, and we'll talk about them. I'm sure they're labeled, but he said stuff like natural deer musk, the actual sandalwood, just in and of itself, distilled sandalwood, and of course different types of oud distilled by him and stuff like that. Absolute blessing to get to smell some of these rare materials in their pure form. That's supposed to be in this box, so I'm very, very, very excited for that. And so it almost feels like the bottle that I bought myself, that I'm going to show you first, is like an afterthought. But let's do this. Let me just pull this out real quick. So here's the bottle that I actually bought for myself, and let me get my handy dandy unboxing knife. So we've got a first impression that basically turned into a double unboxing, and sometimes that's how this goes. Everyone loves a good unboxing. All right, let's open the first one here. Now, there's a story behind this fragrance and why I bought it. The story is that there are some YouTube reviewers that I inherently just trusted, okay? And that's why I take what I do here so seriously. That's why I never, ever want to tarnish my reputation by being a shill for a brand, not giving my honest and true opinions, that kind of thing. Because the people that I really trusted over the years, they earn that trust. They earn that respect by, doing what's right, and year in and year out, the videos that I watched, it's something that it takes trust, takes a lifetime to earn, and you know, what is it, a minute or two to lose, they say, or whatever the saying is. And so this fragrance, if I can ever get it out of its packaging, this fragrance, come on, baby. There we go. Okay. So this fragrance was a fragrance that one of the very early perfume reviewers that I took to years ago, before I really created a profile and started leaving comments and stuff, Mark, Robes08, and he's still one of my most, I still go back and watch some of his old videos. And it's interesting going back in time and finding some stuff. And this is one that, you know, I had on the to buy list and then it just got pushed back. You know how it goes sometimes. You put something on the list, it gets pushed back because other stuff comes first, and then you just kind of forget about it. Well, it popped back up for sale. There is no box. I don't know if this is a tester or not. I don't know anything about this particular bottle. All I know is I trust the person that I bought it from, and I got a good deal on it, so I figured, what the heck. I think it is discontinued. This entire, I actually have one more from this particular here. I'm going to grab this. So the one that I bought is this. This is Davidoff's Leather Blend, okay? Now, there's no sticker on the bottom of this one that I bought, but I actually already own Davidoff Amber Blend. And Amber Blend does have the sticker on the bottom. And this is one of the underrated ambers. Okay, this is a good fragrance. This line is a good line that Davidoff came out with. Now, it didn't do well, but it's a good line. And Mark from the Robes08 channel was absolutely in love with this perfume. He even made it as high as #1, I think, on his top 20 list that he used to do in one of the categories. And you know me, I'm a leather lover. So this is a creation. Leather Blend is a creation by Christophe Renaud. And this is saffron and pepper at the top with rose and amber. And then a base of leather and papyrus. And we were talking about papyrus with some of the other fragrances. For example, Javoy has a fragrance called Private Label that has one of the most beautiful papyrus notes. This is papyrus and leather. So I'm very excited to wear this. I know it's going to be summer soon here in Texas, so this isn't the right season, but I don't care. I might still give this a full wear on one of the days that I'm working from home. And this is getting harder and harder and harder to find. But this line right here, I don't know anything about any of the other ones, but these were the two that I wanted, and now I have them both. The Leather Blend has been eluding me for a bit. Like I said, it got pushed to the back burner, and now I have a bottle, so I'm very excited about that. But this all is going to seem like an afterthought because we have even bigger news, and that is the Areej Dore set, which I want to open up real quick. Let me open it up, and then I'll bring it to the camera. Oh, and it's wrapped. It is properly wrapped. Okay, here we go. How do I open this without messing anything up? My God. Let's see. Sorry about this. You're gonna have to suffer some tape ripping. I don't want to just cut the box because I don't know exactly how this is all packed. Wow. It's packed all right. Sorry about this. Let's see if I can get in here without too much of a hassle. I want to cut into the box because I'm scared that I'm going to cut into something that maybe I will want to keep. So I'm just removing the tape, and it's taped for real, for real. It's a good thing my handy dandy unboxing knife is a serious knife. Okay. Okay, almost there. We're making progress. Okay, we're in. Here we go. Areej Dore blotters. Look at this. Look at this. Sniffing like a pro. And I think I even opened the right side of the box. Is there a right side? My God. Okay, here we go. How am I gonna go through it? Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Too much, Russian Adam. You are too much, mate. Thank you. You are way too kind. I'm gonna need like a guide. I'm gonna need like a guide to tell me what's what. New release Areej Dore. I don't know what that is. That's this is something new potentially. Vintage Russian perfumes. That's interesting. I wonder if this is from Russian Adam's collection. Vintage Russian perfumes. Let me turn the lighting down so I'm not blinding everyone. What else do we have here? Synthetic musks. Interesting. So it looks like maybe once this plumber's tape is taken off, that they are labeled. You can kind of see right there underneath the sticker, they're labeled. So that's excellent. To get to smell the actual synthetic material is a pure blessing. Wow. This is pure oud oils. My God, some of these are so thick. Look at this. It's like upside down and it's not even. Look how thick that is. It's like honey. Look. You see that? It's just like, it's like molasses. That's amazing. I can't wait to smell some of these. I bet you that is going to be one of the most beautiful things I've ever smelled. Santal oils. Okay. I was very much looking forward to some of these Santal oils. I can't wait to share some of these with you guys. Artisanal oud oils done by Russian Adam. Look how thick these are. Like, whenever you flip it upside down, I mean, they barely even move. They're like molasses. Unbelievable. Can't wait to get to smell some of these. What a blessing this is. Oh, musk, civet, and ambergris. You know what's great about this? Is next time I'm talking to someone and they're like, have you smelled the real ingredients? I'll be able to say, yes, I have. Floral extract. Oh my God. Oh, it smells amazing even through the packaging. Wow. Patchouli Garden. Sorry. No clean patchouli here. Smiley face. I'm guessing these are dirty patchoulis. I'm very interested to see how I'm going to apply some of these. Very interested. Rose Garden. Rose. Man, all different types of rose. Look at this. I've got like 7 years worth of, heavy notes. Heavy notes. Like what? Like, I can't read it through the thing. I'll have to open them all up. Let's take one out just to see what it's like. Oh my God. I could just smell this from here without even... Let's say tonka bean. Yeah, so this one says tonka bean. So this is pure tonka bean. You know, in perfume, it's funny, but a lot of times I think I don't like tonka bean. You know what I mean? Like, it's too sweet for me, but smelling it just off of this smells absolutely amazing. I can't wait to wear some of this stuff. Honestly, like, thank you doesn't even cut it, you know. I could say thank you till I'm blue in the face and it won't even cut it. It's, just goes to show you the type of person that Russian Adam is, that he would do something like this, you know, for someone like me that he's never met. So, I hope I'll be able to at least give him some joy by getting to talk about some of these ingredients on my channel, because I am going to talk about these for sure. It's just a matter of how I'm going to do it. Maybe before I go to bed, I'll start doing double videos if I have the time. I'll put one of these on, Jasmine Sambac or whatever, and then just talk about the ingredient itself. I mean, I can't think of any channel that does that. Very few channels will just talk about the actual ingredient themselves. So, and then real musk and civet, real civet. Anyways, this was the star of the show. I wish I could just open these up and start trying them, but I don't want to do that. I want to properly do this, because this is a big deal. You're someone like me is never gonna get another chance at something like this. So, you know, I want to make sure it's done right and proper. So again, thank you, Russian Adam. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone that sent me something. Honestly, I want to know what this new release is. Maybe I can talk about it soon once I know what the new release is. Once there's an actual name and it's on a website or something, I'll throw up a video on that one. Vintage Russian perfumes. Are any of these what Stalin wore? Is there like a competitor to number 5 in here? There was a book written about these oud oils. Look at this first one right here. Let me just show you. I just want to show you how thick these oud oils are, because this is a little shocking to me. I was not expecting this. Here, let me just show you something. Okay. I have no clue what this is. CO2. I can't see the label without removing it. But look at this. Look how thick that is. Unbelievable. You know what? Let's just see what the inside of these little containers look like, shall we? While you guys are committed to watching this video. I'm going to have to build like something to hold these in. The plumber's tape. Ah, okay. So there is a little cap. Chinese CO2. I wonder if this is part of the Chinese oud that I did a first impression on. It smells like it could be. But look at this. Look how thick it is. It's unbelievable. I was not expecting that. That is very interesting. I'm sure Russian Adam will have something very interesting to say about these. Ah, yes. So I have this little holder here that originally was used for something else, not for perfume, if you're smart enough to figure out what this is used for. And I converted it into a holder, and it holds these little deals perfectly. So I just need to get more of these, which I have a lot more. And it holds these little vials that he sent me perfectly, and it holds it the proper way so it doesn't leak. So that will be a project that I'm going to do. I'm going to transfer all these to little things like this, and then I'll have it, and then I'll be able to, enjoy putting some of these on my skin and seeing what happens. So again, thank you, Russian Adam. That is above and beyond, honestly, what in my wildest dreams I never believed I would have been able to. Are you expecting me to put these on here, by the way? Just out of curiosity, is that how you smell these, or do you actually put these on your skin? Because I'm definitely putting these on my skin. I am not afraid to wear some of this stuff, but having these little blotters is awesome. Areej Dore blotters, that's badass. Okay, next we're gonna do the first impression. And the first impression that we are going to do is on the House of Spirit of Dubai. And again, it is oud. Now, the reason that I chose oud to begin with for Spirit of Dubai is that before I smell all the other stuff that they have in this little, by the way, this is the first collection. They have a second collection, which now I'm really hankering to try after smelling this oud. But let me just set the picture for you, because I want to read the note listing. Now, before I do, you should know this is a luxury oud perfume. So here's what the Spirit of Dubai's website has to say about it. It says, Dubai Oud, a fragrance that talks about mankind's achievement and the strength of his ambition. A mystical blend of incense, fresh woody, orchid, lily of the valley, rose, leathery, tobacco, and pure natural Indian agarwood. This scent is a reflection of the Orient. Dubai Oud Eau de Parfum takes a walk on a distinctly darker side, a deeply textured and hypnotic scent, sitting comfortably within the Oriental woody fragrance family. It is both intense and regal in its composition, using rare natural pure Indian agarwood oil. Paying tribute to the tradition of the Middle East, it opens with effervescent pineapple, lime, rayhan, pear, saffron. It takes a sudden dive into the comforting center of orchid, lily of the valley, balsamic myrrh, smoked olibanum with the base notes of ambergris, musk, tobacco, sweet, and sweet vanilla. Now, the price tag on 100 ml of Spirit of Dubai's oud, $1,175. Now, that may sound outrageous, and it kind of is, but there is another fragrance that I have a 10 ml decant of that I've talked about many a times on this channel, and this is the Night. Now, to my nose, Spirit of Dubai's oud and the Night share more than a passing similarity. The difference is, there's the Night. You can see it kind of staining the atomizer right there. But the difference is if you go to Frederick Mahl's website, or if you go to Fragrantica, basically the night is two things listed, and that's it. They only list two things. One is oud, and the other is rose. Now, there's some other things going on. It says Turkish rose, oud with saffron, frankincense, and sandalwood, and maybe even a little bit of that, just a touch of that patchouli that he created with Portrait of a Lady. So the night, I think Estee Lauder and Frederick Malle sell this for $1,800 for 100 ml. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, you're in the high-end category, whether you're talking Spirit of Dubai's oud or whether you're talking Frederick Malle's The Night. Now, let me take you through the scent, and then I'll kind of give you my 2 cents here. So basically, when it starts out, when you first spray, you immediately realize that oud is the centerpiece, but there's this balsamic aspect to this oud from Spirit of Dubai that I've really only gotten so strongly in one other scent, and that's Serge Lutens La Couche du Diable. And I have a decant of that as well, and that is labdanum with oud, is basically what that is. Again, there's probably other stuff going on, but the Serge Lutens is labdanum and oud, basically. Two things. Now, when you first spray Spirit of Dubai's oud, you almost get this feel like someone's taking a bergamot, fruit from the tree, with lime, and they're just squeezing it over the oud wood chip. So it starts off and you get that hit of oud with the citruses, but it's animalic. It's this Indian oud. Well, first, let me read you the note tree, because I think this will give you a breakdown. Now, the notes on the Spirit of Dubai oud is intense. So it's pineapple, lime, rayhan. I'm not sure what rayhan is, but let me just read it to you from the... Let me just read it to you from Fragrantica, because I didn't see that rayhan note in there. Okay, so pineapple, saffron, pine, lime, fruits, black pepper, cypriol, incense, pear, bitter almond, cardamom, bergamot, damask rose, lavender, and osmanthus. That's the top. The middle is oud, jasmine, resins, olibanum, amberwood, earthy notes, orchid, myrrh, gaiac wood, red rose, rose, lily of the valley, and it is May, it's lily of the valley month, violet, and geranium, with a base of cedar, patchouli, sandalwood, Indian oud, leather, musk, tobacco, oak moss, sweet notes, benzoin, woody notes, ambergris, vetiver, and vanilla. So Spirit of Dubai gives me this Roja vibe, with the huge note tree and the giant price tag. And obviously the ingredients are top-notch in Spirit of Dubai. So now that you kind of have a breakdown of the notes, I told you I get that very balsamic, vinegar-like feel, and you get this earthy vibe as it dries down, this almost peat moss-like feel, this peat moss or fertilizer, which I mentioned that peat moss fertilizer note in the night, okay? And it's here as well. You get the association to the night with the peat moss, the fertilizer, almost like you're walking by a garden that they just freshly put, the manure fertilizer down, let's say. It gives you that vibe, if you will. However, unlike the night, there are a bunch of other notes that come into play. For me, the biggest other notes that matter the most, and the reason why I might place the Spirit of Dubai just a touch, above the night as far as me liking it, is there's a tobacco and there's a leather note in the base. And those are two of my favorite notes in perfumery, especially leather. And the leather comes out. So it starts smelling like oud and leather. Not so much like you're going into Christian Dior's leather oud territory, Also, this is not a Western oud. I was reading some Fragrantica comments just to humor myself, and someone said, this is the best Western oud fragrance I've ever smelled. This is not a Western oud fragrance. A Western oud fragrance is Creed's Royal Oud, you know, or Tom Ford's Oud Wood. This is the opposite of a Western oud. This is the closest to the night, okay? Now, I've never smelled anything from Spirit of Dubai, so I wanted to start here with their oud, because when I go to the other creations, I wanted to have a base. I wanted to have a foundation. I wanted to have an understanding. And the reason that term understanding came about is because in the old days when they used to build things, the architects would stand under the building and kind of look up to get a view. So they would have an understanding. They would stand under the building and watch it being built to make sure it was properly, it had a proper base. And I wanted this as a base to the rest of the development of the house. Now, pros and cons. Number one pro is the oud is very high quality. The incense here is beautiful. You do get this incensey oud. You do get a little bit of that vinegar balsamic feel like in La Couche du Diable, to my nose anyways. And then you get that earthy peat moss-like smell with the fertilizer. And the oud does smell very high quality. They're definitely using real oud here. You know, there's a lot of perfumes that I will talk about, you know, the oud maybe smells like, if they are using oud, they're only using a drop and the rest is synthetic. No, this is high quality. This is top notch. This does deserve the price tag. However, it has a problem, and the problem it has is with stuff like this. I mentioned I did some first impressions of Areej Dore's Oud Zen. He was selling this for $300. Or Russian Oud when it came out. That was a $300 fragrance, or $250 or something, or whatever it was originally. Now on the secondary market, it's 4 times that. But originally, you could get an Areej Dore with just as much or better, or you could get a Bortnikov fragrance. You could get Oud Maximus for $300, right? Just as much enjoyment for me out of a fragrance like this as out of a fragrance like this, if that makes sense what I'm saying, okay? So the value for money, even though we're talking 50 mils here, okay, I'm talking 50 mils in Oud Maximus, and I'm quoting the price of 100 mils for Spirit of Dubai. Actually, you can buy a 50 mil. A 50 mil, they have 50 mil bottles, and the 50 mils are $865. So you're still talking almost triple what the Bortnikov is and what the Areej Dore's originally went for, okay? So it has the same problem, to my way of thinking, that the Night has. And since I have a 10 ml decant of the Night, this is not full bottle worthy to me. Okay, but that's because of my collection, my experience, that kind of stuff. Is it a fantastic fragrance? Yes. Is it high quality? Yes. Do I love wearing it? Absolutely. I'm loving wearing it today. I feel like I'm a sheikh. Like I'm walking through a palace with marble walls and a big throne, and, you know, I feel like I'm royalty wearing this. It's absolutely beautiful, but again, it has a problem. The problem is I feel just like as much like a sheikh with Bortnikov and with Areej Dore and all that stuff. And so that's going to be an issue for this house. Pricing will be an issue. Now, pricing is subjective, so I can't, you know, for someone spending $1,175 on 100 ml of Dubai Oud because they love it means nothing. They swipe the credit card, boom, they have it, and they roll with it. But most people who live in the real world have some sort of pricing constraints, okay? That's all I'll say about it. If you take the pricing constraints off the table, I think the Bortnikovs and the Areej Dore Ouds are probably my favorite. And then, you know, the next tier would be something like this. And then right underneath it would be the Knight. You know, these two. But since these two are so closely interchanged, and I already have a decant of the Knight, I'll just wear the Knight. You know what I mean? And then even going a step further, I'd rather just wear the Moon, which I just bought a full bottle of. Or Dawn, which I also have a decant of. Or, you know, so for my collection, Promise, I have a full bottle of Promise. I'll just wear that and get just as much enjoyment out of it, you know? So that's the problem with these really high-end oud fragrances to me that are asking super top dollar, is they just don't do more than the indie niche brands like Bortnikov, Areej Dore, especially for the price. Now, the downside with the Bortnikovs and the Areej Dores is that the ingredients are limited. So you can't just go out and buy an original Russian oud, let's say, because you want to. I would love a bottle of that stuff. But, you know, you can't get it. It's limited. It was a limited time deal, and then it's gone. These brands, the Estee Lauders of the world with Frederic Malle and the Spirit of Dubai, you can just go on there, buy it, boom, it shows up at your house, right? But you're paying for that. So I'll be very interested to see once we get to the next fragrances in the collection, you know, because there are, I mentioned a bunch of others that are going to be coming up. There is Maydon and all this stuff that have the oud note in there. I'll be very interested to see if I can pick out the oud accord from the original Dubai oud that I'm smelling today and wearing today. So I had to start with this one. Because number one, I couldn't wait. Like, I was almost going to say, well, let me save these and just wear one of the other samples that got sent to me because, you know, this is kind of special occasion stuff. I just couldn't wait. I was just way too excited to try Spirit of Dubai because I've never tried them before. And then when I saw the deliveries today, I said, all right, we're going to make this a double header. It's going to be a first impression and it's going to be an unboxing. Obviously, between the two, the bigger deal was the Russian Atom stuff that arrived. I mean, that stuff is you can't put a price, and honestly, you can't put a price tag on that. That is, to someone like me, that is, it's invaluable. It just is. To me, you can't put a price on some of that stuff. You couldn't buy that. You couldn't buy some of these, even if you wanted to. You know, it's more valuable than money to someone like me. So you just can't put a price tag on some of the, I mean, look at this, original oud oils to get to try. Imagine walking around smelling like the original oud oil. So this is the star of the show, but I wanted to do this video. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm sure, Russian Atom, if you leave a comment, I'm sure every subscriber that has a chance will say thank you because it's, you know, it's something that is way over and above the common Call of Duty. So thank you, my friend. Very lucky to be able to call you a friend, and I hope you enjoy my first impressions of these as they get to roll in. I hope I can do them justice. It might just hit me like a freight train. I might have no idea what I'm smelling. But either way, honestly, the kindness is above and beyond. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the first impression. If you've tried Spirit of Dubai oud, do let me know. Let me know what you think of the unboxing. Even if it's going back to the Davidoff leather blend, if you have experience with this one, let me know. I will be doing first impressions and all that stuff at some point. So, a lot to take in. 39-minute video, a lot to take in. I appreciate everyone watching, and I appreciate the support. I appreciate the comments and the likes and all that stuff. Like I said, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps, you know, giving me some... I think it helps with the, you know, with when someone logs on and searches for something like this, my visibility. Are they going to be able to find me? I want like-minded people to find me. So you guys liking, subscribing, that all helps. So that's all I'll say. Obviously, you don't have to, but it does help. And so cheers, everyone. Pleasure doing this video. Thanks again, Russian Adam, and I'll see you again tomorrow with another video. Bye, guys.